What's up, guys? Ben here, bringing you another video today. I'm recording this on Tuesday morning, and we got some unfortunate news on Monday afternoon about the history and the future of Gamebattle. So let's talk about what it means for the community, what it means for the website, what it means for the tournament scene, challengers. Let's cover all of it and dive in. All right, so we got this tweet yesterday afternoon. Gamebattle's community, after careful consideration, we have decided to shut down the Gamebattle's platform and service as of January 15th, 2024. And then if you go to the website, it breaks down a couple of questions about like prize payouts and a few other things. But basically, Gamebattles is no longer going to be a thing as of the beginning of next year. Activision / Microsoft is shutting the website down. And it's a big loss. You know, Gamebattles has been around for a very long time. One of these sort of OG community sites. If y'all remember the Gamebattles forum, if you're old enough, I mean, that was sort of where a lot of older pro players got their start. And then the tournament website has been around for a very long time, and it persisted under ownership by MLG, and then obviously was bought by Activision along with the rest of MLG about 8 or 9 years ago. Actually, it might be longer than that now. I don't know. Time takes forever these days. Since that acquisition, you've seen obviously the proliferation of more and more tournament sites like CMG, UMG, COD Agent, Smash GG, etc., etc., etc. So there's more competition for Gamebattles. The big monetization front for Gamebattles, advertising on the website via splash pages, kind of owning sort of the sides of the page as you used to see on like Web 1, Web 2.0 sort of advertising. People don't really go that much on the site anymore. And obviously GB Premium was sort of their big product. And obviously, you know, with the decreased participation on the website, you know, no longer are people buying GB Premium or really need the benefits of GB Premium. So what was a lot of paths to making money don't exist anymore. And it makes sense to me from that angle why Microsoft might look to sunset Gamebattles. Now, I will say that, you know, behind the scenes, this sort of closure has been rumored for a number of years. I would say at least probably 2-ish years. So it's not really a surprise it's happening now. But it's really, really sad for the scene. And let me kind of break down a couple of other reasons why. So first off, some of y'all are going to ask, well, the entire challenger scene is basically run on Gamebattles, right? Last year you had cups on Gamebattles, you had the elite on Gamebattles, you had champs LCQ on Gamebattles. You know, sometimes you would go to the Gamebattles website to see sort of the open bracket for events. What's going to happen now? And the Call of Duty Esports channel on Twitter has kind of tweeted this out yesterday afternoon, saying that more information for the challenger season is coming soon. I know Daniel Tsai also tweeted about this about a week or two ago that more information was coming on challengers, but I have a few questions. If Gamebattles is shutting down, you know, who's going to run the first cup? I kind of replied to this tweet from the rotation about pro points carrying over to whichever platform challengers is on. You know, I've seen a lot of people tweet like, well, why don't CMG or COD Agent or whoever just take over that? I think it's actually a lot more complicated than you might think. Because you have to track these pro points, it kind of causes, or you have sort of two different problems you need to solve. Problem one is you need to properly seed that first cup of the challenger cycle with points from the previous season. And there's like 1,000+ people that have earned pro points last season. You can't do that process manually. There's going to be mistakes. People are going to leave and join teams, and it's just a cluster F. So it's got to be an automatic system, and I don't know if those websites support that process. The second thing is someone's got to be able to track the pro points throughout the season. That's going to seed the rest of your cups, seed elite qualifiers, seed the brackets for open events, champs LCQ, etc., etc., etc. And again, I don't know if those websites support that. So from my perspective, and sort of knowing how, you know, things work behind the scenes, my guess is that probably Faceit, ESL, Esports Engine, whatever you want to call it, will probably run it because of their participation in challengers. And I just don't really know of any real competition out there in the tournament scene that can really do the functionality required to get this done. I mean, Halo's got sort of similar issues, and that's what Esports Engine does combo with Faceit. So I expect they're gonna do something similar with challengers. But now this announcement's coming so late, I'm very curious when this first cup for challengers is gonna happen. So I'm waiting to see on this announcement, and we'll cover here once it's live about sort of the challenger structure next season. I've heard it's pretty much similar to last season, but we just got to know about the dates because the first cup's a number of weeks or months into the season. I think some people will be upset by that. And I think this sort of gets into sort of some community reaction I want to highlight. You know, Adam App, who we've talked about a lot in this channel, was like an OG member of MLG and obviously was around for the beginning of Gamebattles. And I think he kind of hits it nail sort of on the head. Hits the nail on the head here. I don't know. Is that the phrase? Is Gamebattle shuttering news even worse because the industry needs more options for this exact service? The landscape for platforms is filled with horrific tech built on dog water. lipstick on the pig technology stacks. GB can make a big, huge difference today in competition as early as needed. Like, I kind of get what he's saying. You've got a lot of, very thin tournament websites. They can't really do, they can do like your random 4v4 2K on a given Thursday, but they can't do an entire program and process year to year. They just aren't built for that kind of functionality. Whereas Gamebattle sort of has that combo with sort of the team builder stuff that works on the back end. And obviously there's been some jokes about people trying to buy the platform. Exposed tweeted that he'll offer 500,000 and then, put his email in there. I don't think Activision or MLG is going to be reaching out here. If you think about it from their perspective, like, you've got the actual platform and the IP itself, but you've also got all that data that exists on that platform. And I don't think they're going to be selling that anytime soon because a lot of personal information, emailing lists, player habits that they can use in alignment of sort of other analytical pursuits on their end. I just don't see them selling that data because I think it's probably worth more than $500,000. It's probably a lot of users on that Gamebattles platform. And it's a global platform as well. We're not just talking, American or English speaking folks. It's they use it in South America, Europe, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I want to leave you to end this video with sort of this thought, last sort of tweet from Adam. And, I think sort of this has now come full circle with the, end to MLG, the end to Gamebattles. And we're slowly seeing sort of the initial wave of investment and ingenuity in the esports scene that got sold down the river to publishers and then got lost in the shuffle of things. I think Adam hits a big point here. Looking back, and this might sound weird to some, but it's about the nuance. The beginning of the end of MLG is when they shut down the forums. I felt like how to keep them, but the only thing the others saw was expenses, old PHP tech. Damn, PHP is something I haven't heard in a very long time, and a headache. I saw community. I saw Reddit before it was Reddit, which is true. I mean, I think the Gamebattles forums existed before even like Dig was a thing before Reddit. The day we shuttered it was the day we lost control. Community is everything, not $1 billion in prize money. And I agree with Adam. I think, we're getting to kind of a crossroads here in sort of the esports landscape of, there's been this revenue chase for a while. And obviously we've talked a lot about orgs having issues now with the revenue and the economics of the business without that VC money coming in. And I think Adam has always harped on, his platforms about, what got esports to the level we're at and what we should have invested in going forward to continue that growth was the community. And we've sort of lost sight of that with sort of the decisions that are getting made by, older 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, et cetera, people that don't play games or disconnected from the community. And they're just chasing, 10x profits in 5 years, just unrealistic expectations instead of investing in the steady growth that the scene has had. So it's very sad. In my final thoughts are, Gamebattles is going to be missed. There are a lot of questions for the Call of Duty League and challengers about what's next now that Gamebattles is gone. I'm sure someone will step into place, but we'll see how quickly that happens. And, we've been complaining about the S&D scene being dead, but the online tournament scene is not great. And I'm curious to see what happens and who takes sort of the market space now that Gamebattles is gone. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of this video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. And as always, guys, we will see you on the next one.